inconveniencing, and it has that scene of Mabel possessed by the ghost, and Robbie, Wendy, and Dipper standing there, and she goes, "Are you a god?" Dipper goes, "No," and then die. And they all get shocked, and Wendy looks at him and goes, "Dipper, the next time someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes."
Yes. Oh my gosh. Crossover fan arts and quotes are just fun. I do love crossover stuff. That's some of the most fun stuff for me, so
Yeah.
I enjoy that. Yes.
Alright. So, the next question we have from after Wolfman the Invader is driving 001, and he asks, what do you think the big mystery is leading up to? I don't know.
There are so many theories, and it's just like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
I think I had one at one point where that Grunkle, the Grunkle Stan in the show isn't the Grunkle Stan that we think he is, in the way that, they have another Grunkle Stan, and this is, his, twin brother, like how Mabel and Dipper are twins, but he kind of, hid, and that's one of the things he's got hidden in the room is the Grunkle Stan they're supposed to be staying with.
Yeah, and the other thing is, it may not even be that Stan we're thinking of, and maybe Dipper's the villain the whole time.
Yeah, and then there's that, sometimes, for a good long while, I fully believed that Dipper was the Stan they're talking about, but we haven't heard anything since, the Double Dipper episode, about what Dipper's real name is, and...
Yeah.
And then it was mentioned in Irrational Treasure, Quentin Tremblay called him a name. I can't remember what it was at the moment, but he seemed to correct him, so I don't know if he was saying, please call me Dipper, or it was, actually my first name is, so.
Yeah. Or maybe he's just shut up, that's, you don't get to call me that.
Yeah,
Yeah, and also with that, the other thing is, actually, fun little thing right here. Hang on a moment. Okay, sorry people, technical difficulties, but, what I was about to say was, it's all still waiting for you, Dipper. The fields of Oregon, the fall of the Pines family, and the question. The first question. The question you've been running from all your life. Hidden in plain sight. The question that must never be answered. Dipper who? Dipper who? Dipper who?
You know, all I could picture was Seuss's severed head saying that, okay? I didn't... I had no idea. Okay, I'm good. I had my laugh. That was amazing.
I've been waiting to use that joke forever, and this was the perfect time.
That, you win. You win all the awards. All of them.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
So there you go, and now we get another variation of the past two questions, but okay, we'll answer it, but I'm going to have to put rules after this for the next Q&A of having versions of this. Okay, this question comes from Jerkwater100, and he asks, which show, what TV show, live-action TV show, would you like to see crossing over with Gravity Falls? Okay, I got a few. Grimm, Once Upon a Time, and Eureka. And maybe also Supernatural.
Well, for one, obviously Doctor Who, which we have, thank you, we have gotten the first part of that. See, I don't watch a lot of live-action shows other than Once Upon a Time, which would be a good one. Maybe... I don't watch live action shows. I guess maybe if it was still on Smallville. I mean, I haven't watched it myself, but that would probably be cool, just seeing Dipper interact with Superman and stuff.
Yeah, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because a friend and I looked around at all the titles for Gravity Falls. Guess what it's called in Greenland?
Oh no, it isn't.
It's called Small Falls.
Oh my gosh.
So this was the first thing that came to my mind. So it's about Dipper learning that he's Superman? And
that's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's so interesting.
And pertaining to the Once Upon a Time, I read another story that someone's been writing, a Once Upon a Time Gravity Falls crossover, where it has them as, because you know the whole story, they're all reborn fairy tale characters.
Yeah, I watched the show.
Yeah.
And that was for anyone who hasn't on.
Yeah, that was for anyone out there.
Yeah.
It was really cool because they've got the characters of Gravity Falls in this story are reborn fairy tale characters. Like Dipper and Mabel are actually Hansel and Gretel.
Aww, that's cute. Honestly, that's perfect.
Wendy's reborn from Red Riding Hood.
Mhm.
Seuss is the troll from Three Billy Goats Gruff in this story.
Oh, that's nice.
Stan, this was a little more obscure, but it actually fit. Stan was the character of Honest John from the Pinocchio story. You know, if you don't know who that is, PokeFangirl, that's you remember the talking fox in Pinocchio movie?
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the fox.
Yeah,
okay,
that's Honest John.
Yeah, I haven't seen Pinocchio since I was really little, but as soon as you said fox, I know who it is.
Yeah. In terms of like the other, Robbie was actually the big bad wolf, and and Wendy beheads him in that story. I just love Rob.
You.
Yeah. Who else? Pacifica was the witch in the Hansel and Gretel story. And I'm trying to think. Gideon was Gideon was the character Gideon, Honest John's assistant. He's the cat that followed Honest John around the movie for reference.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it was actually pretty cool, all the little characters they did. It was cool to see them all reborn as these characters, and when Dipper found out that they were the reborn Hansel and Gretel, he facepalmed and said, "God, that's so predictable!"
Oh, Dipper, you amazing person. You would too. I love it when people get like just the perfect like line for them to say in a story, and it's just like, yes.
Yeah. I actually, if he found out he was that, him and his sister were that character, that would be the exact words he would say.
So predictable. Like, if they were to get sucked into a storytelling book, and they were Hansel and Gretel, you know that's what he was gonna... Or if Mabel was telling the story and made them the personifications of Hansel and Gretel in her mind as she's telling the story, that's exactly what he would say, and if... That's just perfect.
Yeah.
In every situation. Sorry. I like to give examples.
No, that's fine. So thank you for that question, Jerkwater. Next question comes from, I cannot pronounce her name. LVC Barrero, 23 asks, and this is actually a very interesting question. I've never watched Gravity Falls, but I kind of want to. How would you sell me on why I should watch it? Prepare to have your mind blown.
Oh my gosh, yes. Gravity Falls is... I don't know, because when I try to get people to watch shows, I just sit them in front of my TV and say, watch. So I don't really know how to sell anything.
Fangirl, I have this feeling...
That's what I do for every show with my friends.
Fangirl, I have this weird feeling that you stick people in front of them, tie them down, and say, "You want to watch a TV show?" in a jigsaw voice, and be like...
Oh my god. Well, no, it's not that far. I just, like, kind of make them. I'm just like, no, you're in my house, you're gonna watch this, or like, here, watch this clip, and then, like, I get you hooked. Although, I did the same thing to my 2 other friends, and they were not as impressed, just because one of them hates gnomes, and the other one, they only liked Grunkle Stan, and it was pretty funny. Just their reactions to the characters, because they're kind of cynical about stuff, but I love them, and their opinion is their opinion. But, trying to endorse it, I'm gonna say, it is really, it gets you hooked pretty fast if you're into that genre, and it's just like, whoa, like, there are certain little parts and everything that it just grabs at you, and you're just like, oh, what does that mean? What does that mean? Yeah. And you're just like, wow, look at that, and it's got beautiful animation, and the voice actors are amazing.
Yeah, the humor is spot on.
Oh yeah, the humor is great, which is such an improvement over some cartoons right now, like that. Just I can't stand, because they're, especially coming out of the gross-up, close-up humor of some of the other shows that other channels have had, that this show is doing it really, like, doing just the comedy is great, the actors, like, absolutely add to the characters. The characters are great themselves, like, it's just
for the first time ever in the first time ever in Disney, for a long time actually, we get something we never got from Disney. Relatability to these characters.
Mm-hmm.
You can relate to these characters, not all of them, but, the main characters. I have so much relatability to Dipper. It's been a while since I've actually given a shit about a Disney character like this.
Mm-hmm. I have been compared to Mabel on several occasions.
Can't imagine why.
There's a kid at my school who literally came up to me, he's like, and the worst part is, I look like her too. I do, I look like her, especially if I have my hair down. The only thing I'm missing is braces, because I got mine off a couple years ago.
I was actually, it's funny that you mentioned it, because I was at a convention a few days ago, and I saw a Mabel cosplayer there, and I was half tempted to be like, is that Poke Fangirl?
It's actually pretty funny, because even though I've never been to a con, I did have a Mabel sweater ready for a cosplay, given to me from my friend, but unfortunately it got in the wash, and the star on it was made of paper.
Aww.
And it came off. And I'm like, no, not my Mabel sweater. So I have to find a way to get a new, so I gotta probably print out a new star and try and sew it on.
Yeah.
And the worst part is you can see where the star was, because the string that my friend sewed the star with is still outlined on the sweater. And I'm just like, it hurts me.
Aww.
And I'm just like, I'm like, Mom, it had paper on it.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah. Well, there are so many other great reasons. I mean, this is, like, I think all animation's kind of stepping up since the Hub kind of came in and bombed everybody.
Oh, the Hub is taking over. I am convinced it's just gonna take over everything at some point. Like, I love it, but it's gonna take over everything.
Yeah. And now I'm hearing rumors that the Hub has been licensed to air classic Doctor Who now.
Sorry, that made me really happy. Because I actually haven't seen Classic Who yet, but I want to. And if Hub was to get that, it would benefit me greatly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And Cartoon Network, you're just holding on to Adventure Time and regular show. You can't, and everything else sucks. So
it really does. They just got rid of their 2 best action shows, like, because they're stupid.
Yeah.
And it's not even really. I mean, yeah, it's Cartoon Network's fault, but the thing was, WB decided to cancel it because of lack of toy sales. And then Cartoon Network just didn't push them for new episodes, and that was all it was. And the fans retaliated greatly.